Jack Harper spent his first night in the trailer by the lake, waking to the gentle rustle of waves and the whistle of the morning wind playing through the pine branches. Baxter lay at his feet, eyes still closed, his nose twitching from time to time, catching the sense of a new day. Jack felt a strange mix of calm and excitement. He was finally here, alone with nature. But the knowledge that an unknown future lay ahead caused a slight tension in the morning. He went to the shore, stretching his shoulders after sleeping in the cramped trailer. The lake sparkled under the sunlight, waves barely touching the stony shore. In the distance, among the reeds, he saw the silhouettes of other fishermen. Jack decided to introduce himself and approached a small group of people setting up their fishing rods and fixing their boats. "Hi, I'm Jack," he said, trying to smile. "Can I join you?" One of the fishermen, a middle-aged man with a wrinkled face and a sun hat, nodded. "Welcome, I'm Mike, and this is Jenny." He introduced him to his wife and two other fishermen, Tom and Victor. It's always good to see a new face on the lake. Jack felt the tension slightly fade. Conversations about fish, rods, and fishing techniques created a sense of community. They told stories of past fishing trips, shared tips, and laughed at their own failed attempts to catch something truly big. Baxter, meanwhile, ran along the shore, looked into the boats, barking at seagulls from time to time, and became the bridge that connected Jack with his new acquaintances. When evening fell on the lake, they built a campfire. The fire crackled, creating a warm orange world around them. Mike put a wooden spoon on his knee and began to tell a legend he had heard from his grandfather. "They say there's a fish of incredible size living here, so big it could swallow a small boat." His voice dropped to a hushed whisper. "Many fishermen have tried to catch it, but no one has truly seen it. Only huge ripples on the water and scattered rod holders remain after an encounter." Jack listened to the legend, feeling his heart beat faster. He imagined the dark surface of the lake, the mysterious depths where a monster might be hiding. At the same time, he remembered his childhood, his first fishing attempts with his father on a small pond near his home. Those mornings when he stood on the wooden pier, trying to hold a rod, and his father quietly prompted him on how to cast. These memories created a strange mix of warmth and anxiety at the same time. The next day, Jack decided to make his first serious attempt at fishing. He put the boat in the water, secured the KTM motorcycle on the shore, and took Baxter with him. The waves gently rocked the boat. The gurgling of the water mixed with the cries of seagulls, and the air smelled of freshness and pine resin. Jack cast his rod and sat, watching the surface of the lake, enjoying every minute of the silence. Somewhere in the depths of his mind, a doubt arose. Had he done the right thing by leaving his home? A safe job, familiar streets and friends, leaving everything for a few weeks or months. Maybe he was just running away from problems, from responsibility, from the loneliness that crept in on quiet evenings. These thoughts made him clench his hands, look at the dark waters of the lake, and think about his life's choice. Baxter touched Jack's hand with his nose, as if reminding him that he was not alone. Jack stroked his fur and felt the fear and doubt gradually recede. He closed his eyes, imagining the sun rising over the lake, the wind playing among the pine branches, the water shimmering in the rays of light. And then he understood. This was what he had wanted his whole life. Freedom, space, time for himself. The evening brought new meetings and conversations. By the campfire, Jack shared childhood memories, laughed at failed attempts to catch a fish, and listened to the stories of Mike, Jenny, Tom, and Victor. They talked about their adventures on the lake, about the fish they never caught, and Jack felt that this moment, this choice, was worth all the fears and doubts. He didn't regret a single step he took towards the unknown. Night fell on the lake, and Jack lay in the trailer, listening to the rustle of the waves and the breath of the wind among the pines. Baxter curled up next to him, and the motorcycle stood silently on the shore, ready for new adventures. Jack Harper closed his eyes, knowing that the next day would bring new fishing attempts, new acquaintances, new discoveries. And most importantly, he remained the master of his own time and freedom, which was more valuable than any comfort of his home or familiar life. The next morning, the sun rose over the lake, casting golden-orange rays on the water's surface. Jack lowered the boat into the water, cast his rod, and felt how every movement, every sound, every wave became his own rhythm. He knew that doubts would appear again, but now he was sure this journey was worth it.